Something ain't smell right. Fumes coming up from the ground. Best tread careful.
Welcome back. WeArEuS and, well, this is WeArEuS. So, we've finally come to the Valerian Temple in search of the proving knife. I took care of Layla. I didn't want to kill her because technically she didn't do anything wrong. She just became a bandit. Funny thing though, when I went to that place, when I went to the place where she was located, undead started popping up. So I just let it play out just to see what happened. Also, there were outlaws just standing around and just out in the daylight doing absolutely nothing. Weird as frick. So I figured maybe the townsfolk, maybe the people around the mine were in on it. So instead of doing anything, I just stood there and watched and waited patiently. Just to see, you know? And the undead took care of everything for me. Nice folks, those undead. They were then promptly dispatched by a group of pigmen and some miners wielding pickaxes. Kind of them. There's no other choice. We must set the temple ablaze. I should have foreseen this. My vision was clouded by the absolutionists. 3 of our kin died trying to rid this temple of this poison flower infestation. Fire is the only way. I can still fix this. The poison grows more powerful by the minute. We cannot let it spread to our other temples. Our time is up. Yoink. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Oh, so we've got to deal with poison. I don't think I have any anti-poison vest. The one I have is fire protection. Another interesting thing I did was I murdered the Wanderer merchants. Because that, well, I didn't do it intentionally. What happened was, what the frick? What happened was that I tried. That's annoying. What happened was that I tried to sneak into the cart or whatever it is in order to see, well, someone walked into it and I was able to see inside of it because of the camera angle doing this whenever there's an obstruction in the way. So I saw that there was a book and a crate inside, and I got, a little greedy. Oh, so I have to talk to you to get past. I got a little greedy, tried to sneak inside, got inside, read the book. Then I wandered around outside of the cart for a while. Tried to read the book that was out there, but I got spotted, had to kill everyone, and reloaded from a previous save and didn't encounter them the second time around. Granted, I'm probably going to have to find the Wanderers and kill them anyway. Some of those books, the Wanderer grimoires that were just sitting around, said some things that, if the Immortals are going to be the cause of the end of the West, I'm probably going to have to find the Wanderers and end them anyway. Regardless, we've got something from Nicole Kosh. Ah, you wear the scarlet robe. I congratulate you, but I'm not in a celebrating mood. My crop of poison flower has grown aggressive and infested the temple from stone to stone. 3 of our kin already tried to eliminate them, but they were killed. Fire is the only choice we have. Now will you kindly move, inferior being? would you tell? I thought it was clear that you'd keep your cursed trap shut about that spell you wove for me. Now I got rumors flying all over town that I'm consorting with witches. I find out you squealed on me. I don't care how much lightning you can crap. I don't care how much lightning you can crap out. I'll send you to Yeb for absolution myself, witch. Strong words for someone who didn't say them in person. What the frick? Have some of this. This seems normal. Perfectly rational and reasonable. Almost died, though. Did they really leave the stove on? Barbarians. Not interested in their tomes, just... Report received. It's unfortunate, but we cannot allow our hearts to be swayed by pity. Steel yourself, initiate. And remember your duty to the authority. Oh. A little wonky, but we got through it. Oh. So I ended up having to take a look at the WeArEuS skills. They're meh. I was hoping for something that granted invisibility like Across Skies had, but I mean Across Rivers. But no dice. Well, not true. Whoop. 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 This is fine. Jane, what are you doing? You know, I'm really starting to think that that phantom noise, the one that sounds like a golden ace card, is frankly by design rather than a bug or some other wonkiness. Let's quick save first, since I tend to forget to do that.
Knife's heavy with years, but there ain't one speck of blood on it. Clean as the day it was forged. Still got the tome to fetch. Best get to it.
Yep. Sure wish I could use these doors. But, best be moseying around these corners. Pretty sure I've purged all of these poison flowers. No need to burn the temple to the ground now. That's right, run, coward. Were you the one? No. the other one is all the way in this other room for some reason. Nope, that's one of mine. Like treasure. I wonder, is that save? No. Unfortunate. When you're poisoned, gain a chance to poison someone else. That seems stupid. I don't really need more money. I need to sell for a flat sum, which is actually pretty good. Maybe we'll find a use for it. Probably not, though. See, it started when I tried to get this. See, I could probably get it here, but I want to keep the nymph relic that we have. Not all of her abilities are particularly interesting. She's got 3 that are interesting, 2 of which are okay at best. I guess I'll go ahead and read them since we're here anyway. Summon wisps. Call forth 3 lightning wisps to protect yourself from nearby enemies. Shift. Teleport 8 meters forward and stun any enemies at the arrival location. That's actually... I could have used that when trying to apprehend Layla. Like I said, I didn't want to kill her. She didn't do anything wrong. And getting moon drunk isn't exactly something you can blame someone for. So, the first time I tried to capture her went poorly. I tried to use stun grenades. They work, which is actually pretty cool. But I tried to use the stun grenades, and unfortunately, instead of knocking her out, I knocked out someone that was standing next to her. So she recovered. She managed to recover before I could put the body down, because I ended up carrying the person I knocked out. Before I could put them down, she recovered, and I couldn't hit her with another grenade before the other 2 people killed her. And she was being chased by miners as well, so there was also that going against me. Ultimately, I did manage to capture her without killing her, though. Then we have Spirit Ward, which creates a magic shield that absorbs projectiles and converts them to health for 8 seconds. And then there's Astral Projection, which allows you to become briefly visible and manifest an illusory double, which draws enemies' attention away from yourself for 8 seconds. Interesting. And it appears even if they can't kill it, even if they do kill it, it doesn't die. It just regains its health. And that's that. Interesting. This is cheap. Cheap enough. I actually do kind of like the stun option, though. Like, the stun on that would be fine. Might as well. Well, since we're going to be doing it anyway... I don't need more jump height or crouch speed, so this will be fine. I'm sure I'll be seeing you again soon, Donna Bailey. Wait, we were supposed to be heading over here. Okay, so at least we got to test out the wisps, which are actually pretty neat. I was told by the tooltip on the loading screen that if you create a poison... There we go. If you create a poison cloud and then combine it with electricity, you get lies. Okay. The frick? Art. Really? That is terribly awkward. What? Why is Jane teabagging? Stop that. Anyway, we're over here. That'll go a long way towards getting us maximum health. Or letting us increase the maximum health we have.
The ground here. The air. You've been here before. Familiarity from the soles of your feet on up.
What is wrong with her? Yep, she's still crouched over there. Oh, hey, look. Jane, Desiderio.
5 statues, 5 brands. Time to visit some familiar faces.
Okay, for some reason... Oh, well, we've got to go and locate these people now. Great. Well, this is going to be tedious. Hold on. This guy had a pretty good reputation when I left him. That's not right. I don't know why this woman just walks up to a random stranger, much less an Onirist, but here we are. Oh, darling, it's terrible. They strung up my dear Clarence. He's the finest apprentice I've had the pleasure of teaching. Those big, dumb, nimble fingers of his. You're an Onirist, yes? You have magic on your side. Please free him. He's a good pig, I swear it. What does this say?
Meeting's finally clear. It's a description of the path to an ancient temple. Long abandoned by now. Might be something worth digging up in the depths.
The stele revealed the location of a long-forgotten temple of the ancients, one of many hidden beneath the sands of the Weird West. Explore at your own risk. There are some icons underneath that underneath the Onirist profile picture in that image that are not present at any point in the game. Also, they didn't. So basically, they reused an image from an old version of the game's UI and forgot to update this image. Granted, I wouldn't have noticed. Frankly, I don't even know how I realized it. Anyway, I just find it interesting that they forgot to update this image. That's all. Now we've got to go. I know there's I've come across one other one like this, and I'm sure there are more, but I don't really care unless they have something absolutely incredible. I'm talking a 6-star anything. Amulet, weapon, vest. Come on, give me something good to eat. You guys realize I'm not doing it a vendetta. What do you think this is? I don't think this is the kind of help she wanted me to render. I don't think she wanted me to help like this. I should probably try again, huh? Okay, so we've got outlaws just doing whatever they want in town, harassing someone the deputy admits is a good person, but he's just standing by doing nothing. But if I kill everyone, that's not helping. Jian Chao? Was that her name? Yeah, this woman up here. Oh, Lian Yao. So what if I just... And now... See, that's... I messed up there. I accidentally hit her with the shotgun, so that's on me. This time. Really not a fan of this thing unequipping my guns whenever it feels like it. Really quickly.
It's a description of the past.
Let's see.
Ancient temple, long abandoned by now. Something worth
And we'll just wait for everyone to calm down. I have to say, though, it's really nice of the deputy to just stand around while someone from this town is strung up like they've done something wrong in front of the sheriff's, what am I supposed to call this, office station building. The deputy needs to be shot in the face. Anyway. Got good timing. Ma'am. Spirits, more witches. Y'all with Ruth's people, are you? What's your angle? Whip out the brand. Wait. Now hold on. You got one of those too? Now let me guess. You've had memory troubles just like me. Just like that other fella with the brand who showed up. And then we whip out our vision of the end of the world. Not just the West, the world. Is that right? I don't normally go for the whole save the world thing, but that brand you got, can't explain it. Something inside, like our fates are twisted into each other. Fine, I'll meet you at the temple. At the very least, maybe I'll get some answers. Get rid of these nightmares.
There Clarence goes, off to the temple. Sounds like he's trying to keep his snout clean these days. Hope he can keep it up.
Better take my stuff off of Jane. Oh, I can't. Great. Just great.
Jane
Great.
wants answers. Hopefully the temple will give y'all some.
Let me save the game here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the autosave from entering this place, so I'll be able to play this game just as whenever the fancy strikes me. But in order to do that, I need to create a save from a point where I get to still play the game the way I like with the characters I want to use, even though I'm stuck playing an Onirist. Regardless, no use crying over spilled milk. I'm going to go and deal with all of that. Then I'm going to see you guys on the off chance that I'm actually able to find the protector. If not, you will certainly find out about it. And so we arrive at Thriving Place in order to recruit What's-His-Face to do the thing I don't remember. People mentioned this problem before, where you can't find the protector, also known as Across Rivers. I don't quite know how you're supposed to progress without him, seeing as you quite literally can't do anything without him, apparently. At least the way it seems. And I can't zoom out the mini-map in order to see if he's even in this location. Yeah, it appears he is not. And neither woman stands west, or whatever the frick her name was, nor the chief are here. So what exactly am I supposed to do? It says he's supposed to be here. Maybe I need to talk to the people? Okay, so I'm going to try and talk to everyone to see. Wait, yeah, West Standing Woman. Leave me alone. Oh. Great.
The prophecy wasn't kind to these devotees. But at least Des is thinking straight now. Hopefully the temple will be the last bit of strangeness he's got to stomach.
So, let's see. Okay, so we need... So that's... That... Okay. So he's gone to... What's its face? Fort Glen. Apparently more of Marianne's men are looking for... the bracelets. Which is a mutiny in progress. Go in, get shot. Great. Whoop. Okay. We got a relay from Desiderio. Found the temple here at a nearby relay station to let you know. Wish they'd make these transmitters portable too. I have to say my appetite for temples with ancient artifacts is just about dried up. Seen one too many lately. Hurry it on up, alright? Let's stop this vision, then get some time, then take some time off for a change. Ugh. Ridgeback, Pigman, Cave Terror, and a Siren. If I could figure out how to let them out, I would. Whoop. Let's see. Where's he going? Frankly, they have... I can't even loiter. Probably because I'm trespassing, huh? Oop. It's no good. Need to get rid of this guy first. Get out. Whoop. weird. People are just dying. Right. You know, you try to be nice. And they just won't let you. Anyway. That's mine now. So where are the people I'm looking for? Coleman. Looked like an ordinary journal once upon a time. Recently, though, handwriting's messy, shaky. Drop of blood here and there, smudged by a nervous hand. Golden bracelets, bracelets in gold. Frankly, I could be going about this the entirely wrong way. I mean, there are a good number of dead people here, but they started it. Mine now. This is Fort Glen, but I don't see any indicators for where the prisoners are. I was hoping everything would go back to normal, but can't have normal in the Weird West. Where are you throwing that? Hey, look. Now we can open the door. Unfortunately, The only other option we have here... I mean, I found the ragged journal, but that was it. I have to be honest, that ability is probably going to be extremely clunky to try and use to stun someone.
A thud. Faint. Coming from the graveyard. Another thud. Louder. A muffled voice hollering.
I'm grateful you found me. Those trappers tried to bury me alive. But wait, Marianne's own people turned on her. A mutiny. Quick, we've got to dig her up. Even a settler like Marianne didn't deserve this. It was a medicine manipulator who freed me, but why are you here? Trapper business couldn't matter much to you. And that's when we whip out the brand. You were marked too. Then I will tell you what I told the werewolf who came with the mark. Our bodies have not been our own. It's unnatural medicine, and you're still deep within it. So, a dream of the end of all things. You're certain. It's hard to stomach, but this place, the spirit of greed wasn't the only thing darkening the plains. Maybe it's the mark we share, but I believe you. I'll meet you in the temple you describe. If the land is under threat, then so are we. And I guess we can ask about the Trapper mutiny. Yes, mutiny. A rogue group of Marianne's trappers decided they want what Marianne wouldn't allow. Control of the West. Started claiming territory. Expanding. When they tried to take our land, we fought and lost. Marianne stood up to them, tried to, anyway. You see what it got her. Greed never truly dies.
Too bad about Marianne, but at least the mutiny's over now. Maybe the Dagger and Bones can finally make good on their promise to treat the land right. Across rivers off to the temple, ready to see this thing through before finally heading home.
Go ahead and take the Ace of Spades. Then we check the incident report. The Overdado obsession. Trouble at camp. Men acting strange, obsessed with the Overdado bracelets. Talking of the lost gold mine, chewing out their lips, blood. A band of them headed out of the southwest corner of the camp. The tracks are clear, but is it safe to follow? That's probably from... I don't know why you would kill her, but... I mean, if you did, back when you were playing Across Sky, or Across Rivers, then yeah, you could have still continued without getting lost. I don't really need her rifle, so I'll let it stay there. Well, that sucks for everyone involved. mean, I'm hearing the phantom sound again, but this one is different. Why can't I? There we go. Great, and no, I took all of the ones that I need. I was just thinking I need more bandages, but I took all of them that what's his face had? I don't. Desiderio. Okay, so across rivers arrived. Yeah, I know. You already said that. Well, that's everyone. Let's see here and hope that this doesn't just... result in tragedy, is what I was going to say. Oh, they actually have something to say. Starting from the top, after all that, a frickin' book. I'll be honest, feels like a letdown. I figured there'd be some big fight, some magic, but no. Dusty pages and some glowing lights. At least my brand's cooled off. Yours, though, still looks fresh. Guess you got more work to do. I don't envy you one bit. Me, I'm taking that vacation. The mountains somewhere. Someplace where the skies are clear and the moon's nice and big. Yeah, I'm gonna let loose. Feel like I earned it. We five. Our connection has caused this book to appear, but to what purpose? It is beyond my understanding, or my need to understand. While your journey continues, mine brings me elsewhere. Back home with my people. I do not know what I expected coming west. Certainly not any of this, but Wendigo's influence has been quelled for now, and the brand's purpose has been realized. A satisfying end for me. As for you, go in balance, friend. It seems the end to your story is yet to be told. I feel different. Vacant somehow, like something finally let me go. That book. We were meant to help you to get it, yeah? Beyond that, though, it seems the rest is up to you. My Brian's run cold, but yours is still glowing. I'm grateful I got to see this place, see these other folk, but my life's calling me back. Cedar Flats, the jewelry store, atonement. I can't make up for my rotten life just standing here, so this is where I tell you goodbye, and good luck. Last one is Jane. My neck. Brand's faded to a scar. What happens? Is that a book? After all of that, these brands added up to a frickin' fancy book. I don't know much in this world. Weight of my eyes, that's about it. This stuff, it's above my pay grade, and I think I've had my fill. Time I went back home to my Alonzo, to the farm. Got a son to mourn, but, you know, them dice rattling around in my brain, feels like they just gone quiet. Well, good for you. I guess. The Wishing Tome. The book holds strange images, disturbing symbols, but the ancient script is written in a language you do not understand. was that noise? Anyway. Didn't we unearth a temple somewhere? Or did I forget to read that stupid thing? Doesn't matter, I can deal with that off camera. Alright, we're at an hour. Wow. And day 153. No. Actually, we could have gone back to that one place to pick up that woman from... I don't remember the name of the town, but the town that we dealt with the Wraith? Yeah, it was a Wraith. Hey, buddy. The proving knife. The wishing tome. I'm amazed you were able to get both. Let us use these objects to anchor out visions. Come, the dreaming awaits. Let's just quick save, just to be safe, and then we take a nap.
Thousands of years the 21 suffered, but the book wouldn't let them die. So they decided, in the universe, and themselves with it, but some of the 21. They had other ideas. Heathen and Aleph, the first of the 21, visited the Wanderers. They'd forged something called the Brand, a magic that could transport one person's soul into another. Next, the Authority. She joined the Onirists, learned to see the future, searched her visions for 5 mortals. 5 folk who'd experienced the most intense struggles humanity had to offer. Idea was, if Aleph could experience humanity again, maybe mortality would come with it. The 21 could die so the world could live. Worth a shot.
Interesting. It feels like that revelation is adjacent to what I've figured out, or the pieces I had started to put together on my own. But it feels like I didn't hit the mark just quite, even though I don't remember exactly what it was I thought. So that's very interesting. They're trying to rediscover humanity in order to make themselves mortal again. Yeah, I figured that part at the very least. Back when we were at the lost town of Olvidado, where the mine was, that's where I figured out at least some of what was going on. The girl gave it away quite plainly, to be honest. If you didn't get put on the trail of what was going on, that would be on you. Anyway, that was troubling, Constance. Your mark, do you see how it lights up? It calls out for its owner. It seems you are not the Constance I have known. I've heard rumors of the 21, those who've lived for thousands of years. It seems you are one of them. The Authority as well. What do you know of this? Well, I've known this all along, really. The Heathen and the Authority were not very... how do I put it? They didn't keep the secret very well. They did not keep the secret very well at all. And yet you said nothing. Then perhaps my trust in you was misplaced. I don't fully understand what we've seen, but there's one thing I know for certain. You are not who you seem to be. The Authority, too. The 21's plan involves the end of all things, and we must stop it. Your brand will lead us to them. Come, let us go. I will not follow far behind. I hope that this is not unwise.
Warmth at your neck. The brand, it lights up. Starts pulling at you. Calling you home. Time to find out who you really are.
Or we could find, well, how in the world would we find the Authority and the Heathen? I don't know where I'm going. It said Foxglove? Where the frick is Foxglove? Thriving Place is the closest we can get. Valerian, Cedar Flats, we just left there. See, I just got the tooltip again that said not to use electric weapons around toxic clouds, but that's not that it would have explosive results, and we've seen it doesn't quite stop. It doesn't quite work that way. A group of Oniris come from the shadows, not looking friendly. You know, I actually captured and turned in Layla, but she hasn't shown up again, and there was no mention of a vendetta. And here we have Audrey Hollyhock. Undoubtedly a made-up name. Attention, Ken. In our visions we have foreseen your betrayal of the good of humankind. You know the rules as well as any. We must extinguish you. I do not relish this, Constance. You are my kin, but our visions do not lie. If we let you live, it will mean the end of all things. Did you not see what I saw? There are two who are trying to prevent that. Or, yeah, they're trying to prevent the need for destroying the universe just to be able to kill themselves. The Heathen and the Authority. Did she see something else? I don't understand. Regardless, her bald head is going to drop to the ground here. Please do not resist. I wish for this to be painless. She died in the fire like a trash bag. And we'll do this. What? The other one ran off. Waste of freaking flesh. Oh, no she didn't. She died. Like the trash bag she was. Good. Good Lord. I didn't intend to turn this place into California, but here we are. Edith's journal. After Constance After Constance's latest vision, this much is clear. We must retrieve the proving knife and the wellspring tome to anchor further dreams. The knife should be okay. What I don't understand is why you're trying to stop the authority who's trying to stop the destruction of the universe. That seems unwise. I mean, does that seem unwise to you guys? It seems unwise to me. Well, it's not like they ever really stood a chance anyway. WeArEuS, hands writhing with magic. There she is. We cannot let her live. Oh, it's also not like you can actually do anything to stop me. Where are you going? I don't understand. Why aren't they aggroed? They came here to party, didn't they? So we party. Come on, you had the balls to ambush me. Finish the job.
This place, the earth beneath your feet. You've been here before. But when? And who were you when you came?
We only have the one. Oh, it's the heathen. Ah, it's the passenger. Old friend, finally you're here. Like the place? It's my house. I try to keep it nicely decorated. Little trinkets, niceties, things that remind me of home. Oh, that vision of yours? The world ending? All that? Sure, I know about it. In fact, I've been waiting for you. So have the rest of the 21. Come on, friend. Time to say hello. Alright now, passenger. See the store. Through here, every one of your questions will be answered. No more games. I mean that. But here's the catch. Once you go inside, that's it. End of the line. No going back. So you better be sure. Are you ready to end this? Enter the door, get on the floor. I'm ready to walk the dinosaur. Now then. Beauty before age. Don't mind if I do. Oneiris journey completed, rescued Oneiris inside somnolence from certain death, free the troubled soul at the heart of the strangeness. Banished the wraith from all 3 suspected sources. No, I didn't. I just got rid of the primary source of the wraith. Help the bounty hunter, quiet her rattling mind, save them. Help the Fire Nation protector, jeez. Return home. Help the devotee go on his long-awaited vacation. Unlock the wishing tome with all 5 branded heroes still standing. Executed on Iris Guide, Edith Frond. Killed nearly 1,000 people in the quest to end your own life. Passenger, you're finally here. Finally. I thought you'd never make it. I've been twiddling my thumb for eons, feels like. The experiment. Now we get to see if it worked. We get to see if you turned mortal. Bounty hunter, pigment, protector, marked wolf, and now an iris. You've been a passenger in other bodies so long. Now you've come home to the body you call your own. This body here. Do you see how the brand responds to its owner? It's you. One of us, the very first 21. You are Aleph. Yeah, I'm aware of that. There it is. You all hear it, don't you? That hint of despair. It's emotion. Aleph's feeling emotion. Maybe this experiment wasn't a waste after all. 4,000 years we've been immortal, trapped, watching everything we do wither to dust, every person we've loved turn to mud, and no way out. Emotion, Aleph. That's what this experiment's all about. 4,000 years we've been trapped in this world, centuries we felt nothing. No emotion, not a hint. Immortality robbed us of our humanity, but you had an idea. If we could restore our humanity, could we become mortal once again? Cheat the curse? Now we get to see. Either you've become mortal again, Aleph, and found a way to cheat our curse, or we'll use the wishing tome to end all things, including ourselves. One way or another, our suffering ends today. When you're ready, Aleph, you'll return to your body, and we'll see exactly how human you've become. Well, I think we understand how the experiment was supposed to work. That's been explained at least twice now. I guess we could see her relationship to Aleph. I guess you wouldn't remember, Aleph. You're the one who made me this way. Your own daughter. You wanted eternal life and wanted to take me with you. Well, that's simple enough. So, this is about the wishing tome. And the scholar is the one who's apparently going to be cluing us in. Older than us, yes. It contained 9 wishes, a mind of its own, empires ruined over it, lost to time, or so it was thought, yes. But you found it, brought it to us. Its original 9 wishes were down to only 2. We used the first on that night 4,000 years ago when we decided to cheat death. And if you failed, we're using that last wish to make the universe scope. It'd be a shame, really. There's so much excitement that goes on here. Well. Yep. You sure, partner? No going back. Yep. Let's do this. Alright. You've been body hopping long enough. It's time. Return to your body and let's see what all these mortal lives have earned you. Aleph, you're awake. Your hands, you remember them. The brand at your neck, finally cool. You're a passenger no more. Now we've got to see. All that feeling you did across those 5 bodies, did it stick? Time for us to ask some questions, see what you feel. All you've got to do is answer honestly. So first, throughout all this, you came across spirits who asked for your help. Ghosts, restless. It's not like we were counting, but a full 2 times you heard what the ghost needed and just walked away. Imagine, wait, what? What? No, I didn't. One of them I literally couldn't do anything about because the way they have it coded is bugged. That's beyond my ability to do anything about. And the other one I helped. It's literally recorded. I don't understand what? What? So I'm about to be punished for not only something I couldn't control, but for an instance that I actually did do the thing that the ghost asked me to do. Fully. Perfectly, in fact. Just literally no way you can mess that up. What were they thinking when they did this? In fact, I've quite literally never walked away from a request, aside from turning down people who wanted to join me. If at this point I get a bad end because of this, I'm actually going to be upset. And so now we're being asked why we didn't help the ghosts that we did, in fact, try to actually help. One of which we actually successfully did, as I've said for 3 times now. The only actual reasonable answer I have here is that I simply didn't have time, which is completely I am quite upset about this. At this point, I just want it over with, so I simply didn't have time. Okay, Aleph. Next, throughout all this, you took up some bounties. Matter of fact, seemed like you couldn't get enough of it. Whole towns where the folk you hunted down, ain't it ever bother you? Ain't you ever wonder if it was right to call yourself judge, jury, and executioner for them folk? Yep, I'm just going to go with this one. I did wonder about it. No one's fit to judge another's life. Aleph, our next question's about the people who helped you along the way. You made many loyal friends. Yes, it was 11 souls who came to your aid when you were nearly expired. Imagine that. You made friends. I'd laugh if I could. Tell us, what do you think of their loyalty to you? I was grateful. An extra gun never hurts. Okay, partner. Now I'm going to need you to concentrate on this one. During your travels, you weren't exactly clean-handed. Matter of fact, you stole a fair amount of folks' property, ammunition, trinkets, mementos, all told. Got a handsome profit, $1,125 worth, if you want to be exact. So, how'd you do it, partner? Money worth that much to you? Kind of needed it to stay alive, to be perfectly honest. Well now, since sense of self-preservation. About as human as it gets, don't y'all think? Wait, let me ask one. Be my guest. Killing. Whoa, you killed a lot of people. Not that I was counting, but you killed exactly 962 mortals and 62 animals to boot. Poor creatures. I'm dying to know. Did you enjoy it? Regret it? What's in that heart of yours, huh? I would not have killed a single person if they didn't point a gun at me first. Like, genuinely, I never pulled a gun on someone that didn't point one at me first. Is that remorse? No. Am I going with the remorse option? Yeah, because that's about as close to the actual truth of the matter as I can get. And I only have 3 options to choose from, and the other 2 are trash. Gum on the bottom of my shoe? I can't think of anything else that's particularly disgusting. So, yeah. You feel remorse. Hey, you see there? Remorse, that's something. We're almost there. Now, Aleph, the 5 lives you lived, think about them. Trials, tribulations. Now answer, did you use their lives well? Were their lives worth living? I killed a lot of people and a lot of things and took a lot of stuff. Yep, quite a bit of stuff, in fact. But I did try to steer everything in the right direction. A sense of honor. Out of you, Aleph. I can't believe it. Human sounding. Anais? If Aleph has turned mortal, it is likely already decided. Yes, let us not drag this out, She's right. This thing's there done and dusted, Anais. Let's call it. Oh, you're probably right. But there's one last question I still want to ask. About Essex Mast. I don't know who that is. You know, he reminds me of you. Afraid of death, wanted to cheat it at all costs. And yet, you let him die before he could get the chance. This man, why didn't you protect him? I genuinely don't even remember who he is. I don't remember who Essex Mast is. I don't even remember the name. I actually have to look up who the frick Essex Mast is. Because I actually don't remember. I now remember who Essex Mast is. I didn't remember him because he was dead when I met him. I don't know how. I don't know why. I just know he was a corpse already. Allow me to take you back to the very first character we played as, Jane Bell. We had to go into a town. We were still on the trail of her husband who had been kidnapped by Shelby Cross. We had to go into a town that was primarily occupied by the Stillwaters, and in order to get access to a prisoner who could put her on the trail of her husband's kidnappers, I needed to get into the bank where the person was being held. There were multiple ways to go about it. The one I figured was best was insulting some random piece of trash and then getting them into a shootout, duel. That's the one. And then starting a duel with that person, which would then get me invited into the bank by the boss, whereby I could just, mosey over to the cell and talk to Essex Mast. Unfortunately, Essex Mast was dead, or he was killed in the ensuing shootout. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Regardless, once things finally calmed down, Essex Mast was dead. And somehow the woman that was also in the cell with him was still alive. So I'm doubly confused about that. But here we are. Essex Mast's death, as far as I'm concerned, is no fault of mine. That said, since it was unintended, I'm okay feeling remorse over it and choosing an option that indicates remorse. Good Lord, this game. Apparently, before I go on, there were multiple quest lines involving Essex Mast. But since he dropped dead in the first chapter, and I never actually got to talk to him, much less do a quest for him, there's no telling how that's going to affect the outcome for this playthrough. Nevertheless, we're going with the remorse option. Remorse, then? Sounds so strange hearing emotion come from your mouth, Aleph. I think this thing's wrapped up with a bow by now. What do you say? I will say this, though. There might be an issue because, remember, we still have the box that the heathen gave us and told us not to open, that she would be back for it later. However, this is complicated by the fact that we also needed to resolve the slapping game. And then we probably needed to encounter her again, which means we would have needed to ride around in circles until she actually appeared. Which is frustrating because there are encounters that can occur that you can't avoid or just ride away from. Which makes the entire matter that much more tedious. So if dealing with the box or returning it to her, whatever the case may be, contributes to a bad ending, I have to say at this point, I don't care if that's what happens or if that contributes to it. Regardless, this video has gone on long enough and I'm looking to put it to rest, so let's continue this. Humanity, Aleph. It's not about doing bad or doing good, it's about whether or not you feel something about it. Well then, it's time to see if all this put humanity back into you. There's only one way to find out. Heathen, the knife.
Question now. After all that trouble, would you bleed? Well, spirits be damned. It was a long shot, but it worked. Now, last bit of wanderer magic. Pass that mortality around. Years catch up fast. Sweet relief. And life can go on. The pigment will heal wounds. The blood moon will fade. Wendigo West's future will be kept safe. And everything will turn to dust, just like it's supposed to.
I'm not doing that. You're not getting me a strike on this. I'm not even risking it. Nope, not a goddamn chance. Ladies and gentlemen, WeArEuS, and that brings us to the end of our playthrough of my mistake, Weird West. It was fun. It genuinely was. And since I wasn't cheated out of a good ending, I bear the game no actual ill will, aside from the heap of odd design choices, including, but not limited to, being absolutely, unquestionably robbed of all of the nymph relics and golden cards that were on Desiderio's person when you swapped to the Onirist. There is no reason on earth, no possible argument you could give that would make it okay for that to happen. There's just no reason. If you play your cards right, you can still unlock all 4 of the Onirist's abilities, which weren't even that good, to be honest. I mean, if it was raining, then the wisp would actually be pretty effective, probably dangerously effective, but that's another thing entirely. I will say, I read online, I think it was in the forums most likely, that most of the abilities in the game are completely worthless, aside from the ones you unlock with the golden aces. And I have to agree. For the most part, the character abilities were completely worthless to me. I got nothing out of any of them. And that's sad to say, because in an RPG, you want the player to use their abilities. Whether it's just because they're just that much fun, or it's because they're just that much of a problem solver. But aside from Desiderio, who actually had abilities that, granted, they would be an annoyance to actually use, because they would, the area, primarily I'm talking about the ones that increased your defense and the one that could heal. Even as a companion, he dropped those, well, the one that increased defense at least. That sort of stuff is what we needed more of in the game. Granted, I never used those even once when I was playing as him, because frankly, the way the keys work in this game, the controls, the keybinds, that's the term. The way the keys are bound, the keys that they're bound to, is a bit of a mess and rather clunky. And for controller, oh my god, that is another mess entirely. I mentioned it once before in one of the previous videos, but the controls for controller, they were just so unintuitive. I swapped immediately back to keyboard and mouse. I might have been able to adapt to the controller, but I had been using the keyboard and mouse for so long, their clunkiness, the clunkiness of the keybinds for keyboard and mouse were just second nature to me at that point. Plus, I also like the, how do I put it? The reactivity presented by having the mouse, or using the mouse to aim, especially particularly in combat, made the actual combat more enjoyable. Now, I have to be honest, I don't know quite how the game actually determines whether you get a good ending or a bad ending. And to be specific, I'm referring just to whether you can actually get the 21 to become mortal again. That is what I consider to be a good ending or a bad ending. If you couldn't, everything ends, bad ending. So I don't know if the choices I made as the characters had anything to do with it, or if it just came down to a Q&A at the very end of the game to determine whether the world ended. Well, whether everything ended. Frankly, I can't tell whether I'm okay with that or not. I mean, you'd be able to see the other ending by just simply playing that last section of the game and answering differently. Quite frankly, the answers you would need to provide to result in the bad ending were glaringly obvious. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I'll just leave that up to you to decide for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen thus far. By the time you see this, I'm probably already working on the thumbnails for whatever is going to be coming tomorrow. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know what it'll be like, or if I'll even enjoy it. What I'm most concerned about right now is the effort I'm going to have to put into making a new thumbnail. I did not expect this series to end quite so quickly. It's only been 15 episodes as of me recording this. This particular episode will be number 17. I put quite a bit of effort into the thumbnail for this. Granted, it's a bit busy, but I hope you guys appreciate it. I like making the thumbnails. It sucks doing it, but once it all comes together, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. And so it's time for us to part ways, at least until tomorrow. I've said everything that needs to be said. I have given my opinion on the game and its many shortcomings and glaring flaws. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.
You see